G'day and welcome to another episode of Shit Hotels of Australia. If you're getting a sense of deja vu, then so am I, because here I am, back in Townsville. And this time, you can actually see it. Tonight I'm staying at Aquarius On The Beach, which I'm hoping is not deja vu. I've stayed there before and it was pretty good. So let's hope that Aquarius On The Beach is not one of the shit hotels of Australia. So let's head back down this hill and check it out, shall we? And if you listen carefully, you can even hear the bogans in there hotted up V8s from all the way up here on Mount Stewart. So tonight I'm staying at the Aquarius on the beach, and let's go inside and check in and see what it's like inside. And it is on the beach. Even the floor is shit. That's really interesting. Walk straight into a kitchen, but a well set up kitchen. Sink, microwave, fridge. All the plates and cookery you could want. A bin, cutlery, kettle. Toaster. Don't normally do a kitchen review first up when walking into a room. And then this is the rest of the room. This is room 901 at the Aquarius on the beach. And just to reiterate that it's on the beach, it's pretty much as close to the beach as you can get. So what has the room got? It's got a lounge suite, aircon, a dining table set for two, queen size bed, we're in North Queensland, so no blankets, but that's fine. TV. What's in these drawers? Nothing. It's got instruction manuals for the various electrical items, including the aircon. That would have been helpful somewhere else. I'm looking at you, Big 4 Hobart Airport Tourist Park, with your aircon heat pump that didn't heat. What else do we have here? We've got a wardrobe. Inside we do have blankets just in case. Fuse box, I wonder if that's for the whole building or just for this room. Ironing board, iron, and then bathroom. Walk-in shower. Looks good. Handrail for the old or drunk, or both. Toilet, basin, hairdryer. So quite a well fitted out room. And of course, the best bit is out here, 9 floors up above the Strand, looking out over Magnetic Island and the port of Townsville. And it definitely has a different feel down here on the Strand than other places in Townsville. And now it's time for the Shit Hotels of Australia fridge noise test. This one is audible, and it does come on with a click, but it's sufficiently far from the bed that I don't think it'll be a worry. And as I found with the Cove, I can actually pull this fridge out of this little alcove here and unplug it. Yep, we've got a hotel where the rooms are serviced daily, so that's an absolute bonus. Not that I necessarily need it serviced every day, but it's certainly better than once a week. But interestingly enough, even though the rooms are serviced daily, there's this little note here which says, "Dear guest, please assist us by removing as much rubbish as possible from new room following your stay. Prawns and other seafood products should be removed from the room immediately after consumption. Excessive amounts of rubbish or cleaning in your room may include additional charges." So I'm not sure what to make of that one. I mean, do they get many guests creating so much rubbish in the room that it takes additional effort to remove it? And such they ask us to remove that rubbish ourselves? Not quite sure, but I definitely won't be creating that much rubbish. I'm only here for one night. So why don't we take a stroll down on the Strand and check that out. Might change the t-shirt first. Don't want to look too much like a piece of shit. So the Aquarius doesn't have a restaurant, but there is this bar right next door that sells pizzas as well. So it's not far to get some food, get a nice drink. And there's quite a few bars and restaurants along the Strand. Let's go and have a look at some. We have the Prego Gelateria and coffee shop on the corner. Again, maybe 50 metres down from the Aquarius on the beach. Interesting blend of restaurants, hotels and run-down Queenslanders, which would be absolutely worth a mint. So we're now about a block and a half down from the Aquarius on the beach. We've got a cafe and a taco restaurant. Here we got coffee club, another gelateria, and a pasta bar. We're about maybe 2 blocks down now. And on this corner here, corner of Gregory Street, we have a Seaview Hotel and a range of restaurants up this street. And here's that external waste bin. Maybe they want the guests to empty that one too. One thing about the car park for the Aquarius on the beach is it's undergoing this renovation, so there's probably about 1/3 of the car spaces available that are actually required. So make sure you get in early. I'm just about to head out and head to the supermarket, and slightly concerned there won't be a spot when I come back. And now it's time for the, do I really have to do this? The Shit Hotel's instant coffee test. And I'm actually quite disappointed that I need to do the instant coffee test at a place like this, because with all this kitchen space that I've got and with all the other things they've provided, I mean, how hard would it be to put in a $100 espresso machine? But anyway, we've got Nescafe. Best before October 2022. Bingo! Instant coffee that's well out of date. October 2022. I mean, I'm pleased that I found it, but I'm disappointed that in a place of this quality that they can't even check whether the instant coffee's in date. And for those tea drinkers, we have good old Bushels, no expiry date, tea never goes off. So now let's check out the TV and Wi-Fi. I've logged into the Wi-Fi. It's connected. It's not secure though, so yeah, it doesn't require a password to enter. So I won't be doing anything too sensitive. But let's see how we go with Netflix. And Google Play. A little bit slow. Quite slow. It did say in the online compendium that there was limited Wi-Fi access, but this would be updated in October 2022. Just like the coffee was supposed to be updated in October 2022. So, not looking good that we can't connect to Netflix. So now we'll check out the TV. And we have a Samsung TV. The remote does not suggest it's in any way smart. And doesn't suggest, oh yep, turns on. And the channel list, we have all the free-to-airs that we could want, and thankfully, if it was Big Bash season, we'd be able to watch the Big Bash. But unfortunately, the online compendium said that they would have streaming services on the TV by October 2022. Maybe I've gone back in time to a time before October 2022 when the TV didn't have streaming services, when there wasn't Wi-Fi, and when the coffee was in date. So this is the Strand in Townsville, and I must say it has a definitely different feel to most other places in this city. Couples strolling along in the afternoon sun. There's usually people out sailing, although not this evening for some reason. It's Wednesday night, should be twilight night. And yeah, place of markets and parks, and just a generally really nice feel. Couldn't believe we're in the #1 shit town of Australia. And here's a motel that's got free Wi-Fi and Foxtel. Probably cheaper than Aquarius On The Beach too. So behind us is Magnetic Island, and there's ferries going out there. Apparently the island has a very relaxed and laid-back feel. Never actually been there, always been passing through Townsville and never really stopped to go out there, but I might make a weekend of it sometime and come up and check it out. I do know that every year there's a big sailing regatta called Maggie Week. It's about a week or two after Airlie Beach Race Week, so I might bring that Shitbox 20 up here and try it out at Maggie Week. But behind us over here, we can see into the sun, we have a stinger-proofed swimming area. We've got the surf club, and this direction we've got the Townsville Casino, known as the Ville, called the Ville, and the Townsville Wharf. And as I said, really relaxed, calming feel here. Nothing like you feel in out west or in the main drag of the #1 shit town of Australia. I quite like it. And another motel with Wi-Fi and smart TVs and a vacancy. Oh well, looks pretty shitty too, just the sort of place that I'd choose. Didn't get a choice tonight though. Now, I'm not saying it was that dog, but you know, I said I had that feeling of deja vu. Well, down here on the Strand, what did I just happen to tread in? Yep, some bastard didn't pick up after their dog. Managed to get most of it off my shoe. But yeah, shit town, and you even get to step in it. Just great. So those of you who watch my other channel would realise that I spent many a year training people in salmon aquaculture in Tasmania. So I'm here tonight at the Watermark restaurant here on the Strand, just down from the Aquarius. And intriguingly on the menu they had line-caught salmon. So I asked the waiter, where's this line-caught salmon from? Apparently it's from Tasmania. I went with a steak sandwich. I mean, who knows where that salmon's been dragged around on its line. So I would have liked to have done a review of the meal at Watermark while I was still in the restaurant, but I can just say that the noise was incredible. I mean, not so much the noise from the actual clients there, but the noise from the continual traffic outside. I mean, there's a city in, yeah, it's technically a city. There's a city in Tasmania called Launceston where a favoured pastime of the locals is a thing called blockies. It seems slightly incongruous that in this reasonably classy area of Townsville that local people do exactly the same thing. So the noise actually in the restaurant was too loud, and I really didn't want to shout and say that all the other patrons had to listen to the shit that comes out of my mouth sometimes. But let's talk about the shit that goes into my mouth. So I had the steak sandwich there, and it was $27, so it wasn't excessive. But compared to the Pacific Hotel at Yamba, which had, well, I actually say a better view than the Watermark, the steak sandwich was a little bit yeah. But I tell you one thing, the aioli that they served with the chips was to die for. Another thing about the service was interesting, and it took quite a long while to be served, even though by the time I sat down there, the restaurant was about a quarter full. It ended up being pretty much completely full. But it took maybe 10-15 minutes before I got served and asked for drinks. So I ordered a beer, and then I ordered a wine to come with my main, and beer and wine came out about another 8 minutes later, and I'd barely taken a mouthful of the beer when the food arrived. So it was all sort of a little bit everything and nothing, I suppose. So, but in the end, it was okay, and that aioli was absolutely superb. So the rack rate for the Aquarius on the Beach is $157 a night, which, considering the quality of this room, is actually not a bad tariff, really. But let's have a look at some upkeep issues, of which they're only really minor, but there are a few little dings here and there, and as I sort of feature them in the videos, I think I should at least do justice to this place by having a look. So first up, here on the wall, we've got a few little scratches here by the mirror, here by the door into the bathroom, a few little dings to the door. But at least it's not rotting away like at Blue Hills. Although I guess with MDF doors in the vicinity of water, you are actually running a risk here. Nothing significant in the shower or the basin, all good. Here in the kitchen entrance, again, just a couple of little dings, but nothing really major. Bit of chipped paint here, but all in all, it's quite well done. And so for upkeep, yeah, pretty well done. But I guess the worst upkeep issue you could possibly think of is a leaking toilet. Now, I haven't used the toilet yet, but let's have a look at this. And the sad reality is, I'm going to have to use the toilet. So, fingers crossed. Strand, it's not a thoroughfare. It's not a main road, an arterial road. It's basically a boulevard in front of some motels on the foreshore, and it's 9:30 p.m. on a Wednesday night, and still we get the cavalcade of bogans driving past for no apparent reason other than the fact that they can, and the fact that this is Townsville, and that's what you do. Because you've got to show you somebody in a town that everyone regards as shit. Those guys in the four-wheel drives, they drove past the restaurant at least 3 times 2 hours ago when I was having dinner, and they're still driving past now. P-platers, nothing better to do than hoon around the Strand. You know, I wouldn't mind it if the peace and quiet was only broken up by the bushstone curlews. It ain't half hot, Mum. And now it's time for the pirate score.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
Well, first up, cleanliness and upkeep. Well, it was clean, it was well kept, but it was a time warp. I mean, the coffee was out of date by 6 months. So, for cleanliness and upkeep, nevertheless, 4 stars. Facilities. Well, there was space for a fully fitted out kitchen so it could be self-catering, but it wasn't actually there. I mean, there was also space for a coffee maker, and I was spoilt by staying at the Cove in Yamba, but coffee makers are $99, and they're not a huge expense. So, facilities, 3 stars. Add-ons. Well, there was a pool, although I didn't actually shoot the pool. There were vending machines in the foyer for snacks and drinks. The car park was a fail. I mean, okay, they were renovating, but really for something that claims to be a motel with not anywhere near enough car parks. And admittedly, they're free car parking on the street, but looking below me this morning, they're all taken up already. So yeah, car park was a fail. It didn't have a restaurant, but there are restaurants within walking distance, so that was fine. And the beach was exactly right across the road, as you can see. So for add-ons, I'll give it 3 stars. TV and Wi-Fi. Again, it's that time warp. We'll have streaming services by October 2022. We've got limited Wi-Fi, but we'll have updated Wi-Fi by October 2022. Last I looked, it was April 2023. The Wi-Fi was absolutely rubbish, didn't work at all, and the TV had free-to-air channels. Unfortunately, it was Wednesday night, so I could watch Hard Quiz and the Weekly on ABC, but really not good enough. And Wednesday night, I guess, is also blocky night for the local hoons. But I suspect that every night is blocky night. So for TV and Wi-Fi, 1 star. Bed and bath. Okay, the bed was very comfortable. How did I know that? Well, I had a lot of time to appreciate its comfort because I didn't sleep much. And the bathroom, well, okay, the shower was good, the walk-in shower, but the water pressure was average to say the best. The basin the basin was sink plug leaked. which is pretty much the norm with most places these days. Maybe it's a safety feature to stop things from overflowing. But the other thing that leaked was the toilet, and that really put me off. So, bed and bath, 3 stars. Service. Okay, well, it was good to see that the reception was actually manned pretty much 12 hours a day, which is a refreshing change. It was also refreshing to see that these rooms are serviced daily. I didn't have a need to call upon the service for anything, so I was tossing up 3 stars, 4 stars. But then there was that issue with the rubbish, that you had to take out your excessive rubbish. And then when you looked at the bin out the back, maybe they expected the guests to empty the excessive rubbish out of that bin too, because it was overflowing. So service, 3 stars. Better than home? No, it wasn't. I mean, there's more bogan traffic than there is at home. There's more bogan traffic here than there is at the Spanish Lace. There's more bogan traffic here than there was at the Vale. And then there's the constant hum of the outside aircon, and what I thought was the roar of planes taking off from nearby Townsville Airport, but actually was the noise of the lifts going up and down constantly. There is the splash of the waves that you can sometimes hear, but was that enough? No way. I had earplugs in, and no. Not better than home, so no bonus. So that's a total for the Aquarius on the Beach of 17 out of 30. So what can I say in conclusion about my experience at Aquarius on the Beach? Well, expectation is all. It was on the beach, and that was about it. I mean, walking along the Strand it's a constructed environment, constructed to perhaps take you away from the rest of Townsville, and it's sort of almost like it's a conspiracy to destroy the evidence of what the rest of Townsville's like. But I think Townsville gets its own back on the Strand, and it conspires to destroy the experience. Because in Tasmania we don't have hoons and bogans roaring up and down Salamanca Place at all hours of the night, and in Sydney you don't have hoons and bogans roaring up and down at the rocks. Launceston, well, let's not go there. But even at Airlie Beach, the hoons and bogans drive in and out to their homes, and they don't hoon down the main street of Airlie trying to piss off the tourists. So why in Townsville? I think you could say that the Strand is a metaphor for Townsville. It looks great until you step into the shit, and you realise that you're still in the #1 shit town in Australia. I mean, surely they could number it #2 would be more appropriate. Again, from Townsville, from a sense of deja vu. That's all from today, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and we'll see you again somewhere in a shit hotel in Australia. Thanks for watching. And now it's time for the Shit Hotels of Australia fridge noise test. This one is audible, and it does come on with a click, but it's sufficiently far from the bed that I don't think it'll be a worry. And as I found with... God, where was it? Even the floor is shit.